Let's talk about another place where both businesses and consumers are thinking about their money, and that's this emerging energy crisis we're seeing. Advocates for renewable energy
Yep.
are saying that this current crisis that we're moving into right now shows the need to shift away from coal and oil as we see those commodities spike. There are also a lot of concerns, of course, Mr. Carney, that energy shortages and high prices will hurt this economic recovery that many countries are trying to do in this, sort of post-pandemic moment. So, given the position you're in at the intersection of business and climate change, what do you see should be done at this moment to get through to a stronger economy?
Well, I think the first thing to recognize is we have a series of supply chain problems with the restart of the global economy. As you know, semiconductors affecting a variety of things. We've seen it in commodities for the building sector as well. We're seeing it in energy markets, and so there's a common cause for much of this. Second point, though, is it underscores the need for an integrated energy transition strategy. And so part of that integrated strategy is a transition which has lower and lower carbon fossil fuels at their heart, but still some fossil fuels at their heart. It is a reality of where we're starting from and where we need to get to. So it does need to be integrated. But only to a point, in other words, only to an objective, the objective being to decarbonize. And so it has to be transparent if there are lending or investment in fossil fuels that when's the end state, when's the terminal point, in other words, as it goes down. Big picture, there's two things we know. One is we have far too many fossil fuels than we can possibly burn and meet our climate objectives, more than twice as much that we already know about in the ground that we can possibly burn and meet our climate objectives. That's on a global basis. And the second thing we know is that renewable energy on the margin is, in most economies, the most efficient form of energy, and that lead is widening. And that lead, of course, continues to widen with the current prices of energy. So it's about transition. It's about an integrated strategy, and it underscores that we're going to need, for a period of time, all forms of energy, but certainly the fossil fuel component has to decline.